Make it print all the comments you get. No. Congrats on 500,000 subscribers. That ta-ding noise is annoying. Please avoid using it. That regulator might get quite hot. Clip-on heatsink or buck converter? Please record your screen at a higher quality. So hard to read the text. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yay! Okay, all right. Give me 1 second, folks. Let me see if I can fix this. Can you hear me this time? A little bit louder, a little bit louder. Yes? Maybe? Okay. All right. I apologize for you guys in chat. I am going to start over from the beginning. I had tested this out. It was working fine, but apparently I clicked something that accidentally turned the audio off. That is the downside of live streams, is I tend to screw things up a lot. So that is one other thing that got screwed up. Thank you guys for hanging in there during that painful process. I will read chat more often as I'm doing the live show, because I know you guys were telling me, and I got like halfway through it. All right, so here we go. From the top. All right, guys, welcome to the live stream, finally, with audio. That's a bonus just for you guys. Don't do it for everybody. You can ask the live chat. So this is the comment show for my how to make a cheap Alexa printer video, and if you haven't seen it, there's links in the description, so watch all of them. The reason that I'm doing the live stream is because you guys voted in favor of doing it again as opposed to the previous comment show. It was 44% to 58%, 55%. So thanks to you guys for all voting, and for you all that didn't care for the live stream, I apologize. You know, that's what the voting process is for. So let's get to the comments.
Make it print all the comments you get. No. Congrats on 500,000 subscribers.
500,000 subscribers! Yes, finally got it. It only took 8 years of being on YouTube to get to 500,000 subscribers. But I do want to sincerely thank you guys for all being subscribers, and to show my appreciation, I am going to be doing a 500,000 subscriber contest. Although I don't have the details about it yet. I am still kind of ironing that out. But if you all have any suggestions on what type of contest you'd like me to do, please leave that in the comments, and I am open to any considerations. High-pitched noise in the background. Okay, cutting it down. Thank you very much. On to the next contest. All right, next comment.
That ta-ding noise is annoying. Please avoid using it.
I do find it interesting how many people do have feedback as far as what type of music I use or what type of sound effects I use. And I do appreciate everybody's opinion on it, although I can't address all of them, and nobody will ever seem to be happy no matter what I settle upon. I've even gone so far as to do a video with no audio background noise whatsoever, and it didn't go over well either. So just for you, however, I'm going to replace the ta-ding noise with a sheep noise. And that's probably going to get annoying quick, but we'll see how it goes. The ta-ding noise is actually just the Mario coin noise from the Mario video games. So for me, it's nostalgic, and I figured with as many people that played Mario, that would be one of the less annoying sounds, since you hear it constantly throughout the Mario games. But to each their own. For now, we'll just go with the sheep.
That regulator might get quite hot. Clip-on heatsink or buck converter?
Bah, very good suggestion. Yes, the voltage regulators do tend to get very hot. It's just the nature of how they are. So it would probably be wise to strap on a heat sink to it so it doesn't get overly hot, but it depends on your use case, and heat sinks are pretty cheap to come by. You could probably even make your own.
Please record your screen at a higher quality. So hard to read the text.
Yes, the sound is now working. I am going to get rid of that text. So the screen recorder, here's the issue with that. I went through the entire process of recording all my actions, and I just recorded it full screen because I didn't know where the windows were going to pop up, and I figured that I could re-record everything later. As it turns out, with a new son and a full-time job, I did not have time to re-record everything later. So I went with the full screen recording that I had, and I just zoomed in on the necessary windows. Yes, I did realize during post-production that it was going to be very pixelated, but unfortunately I didn't have time to redo the entire tutorial as far as screen recordings go. So I do apologize. I will try not to make that mistake later, but I do understand your frustration. There's pixelization for you.
Is it just me, or were you talking a little quiet?
No, as you guys can see, I have a lot of audio problems. It is, especially during the live stream, it's difficult to figure out. But what happened was, oh God, that boss sound. I am so sorry, guys. What happened was I ended up getting a new microphone set, a wireless microphone set, and was just experimenting with the different audio levels on it. And yes, it did turn out a bit quiet, but only in comparison to the background music. So I will do both. I will try to slightly crank up the audio on the wireless microphone, and I will definitely crank down the audio of the background music and sound effects.
Could I do this with Google Home?
So you can do this with a lot of different things. It just all depends on the limitations of if this then that web service. So so if you want to do things with Google Home, go to if this then that, find the Google Home channel and see what options they have available. They probably don't have the exact same options that I'm using with my Amazon Echo, but they may have more options. So just see what Google Home has available, figure out what you want to do with it, and see if you can make that happen.
How do you print tweets?
Good question. What I have done is I have taken the code that I used to print my tweets in the example. That was probably in the very first show-off video that I did. But I didn't include that code in the tutorial. So what I've done is created a GitHub account for the Alexa Pi printer, and I've posted that code at this link. So if you go to this link, you'll find the code for printing tweets, and then you just have to set it up in if this then that. Find the Twitter channel and select which action you want. It can be every time you get an @ mention or an @ reply, or every time somebody from your that you're following tweets, or every time you favorite a tweet. They have a lot of different options, and then you can just set that to your webhooks to point to your Raspberry Pi. So it's a very similar process, just slightly different code.
As an ngrok alternative, I recommend PageKite.
So I did a pretty bad job of explaining why I decided to use ngrok as opposed to what many of you suggested, which was dynamic DNS and port forwarding. So that is a legitimate solution, using port forwarding and a dynamic DNS account. So, so if you want to go that route, that's fine. I had just recently found ngrok and realized that it's a bit more secure because you don't have to open up extra ports on your firewall to let things through. So that is the reason that I decided to go with ngrok. Unfortunately, there are limitations to the free account, and you have to pay to get, for instance, a static IP address or a static DNS. So an alternative that was just suggested is PageKite. So if you go to pagekite.net, it's a very similar service. And they do have paid tiers as well, but their free tier, you can actually get like the full usage of it if you do things like promote them on your Twitter account, like give them a shout out on social media or something like that. In exchange for that shout out, they will give you full access to their service. So that is a good alternative.
I was going to keep this comment show family friendly, but I have to say it. Almonds.
Thank you for that, Good Bean. Alright guys, that is it for this version of the comment show. As far as announcements, there is the subscriber contest that I'm wanting to do. Again, leave me your comments and feedback for that. The next video is going to be my April Fool's project. That's the March video, and I don't have a preview for it for right now, but I will tell you that it involves a Coke bottle. So what would you guys do with a Coke bottle? Let me know in the comments what you would do, and you'll see what I end up doing with it in the next project, which will be in a couple weeks in March. Alright guys, that was embarrassing, but we got through it painfully, but we did it. Thank you for sticking with me. Alright, so yeah, there was audio issues. I will try to take more time. I really don't have a lot of time to do these live shows during the day, so I will try to take more time to do more testing and iron out all the details, and maybe I'll start a little bit earlier so that you guys in chat can see the live video and give me feedback before I actually start the whole thing. That would probably be a good idea. So let's see what you guys say in chat. Let's see. Yeah, so for those of you guys that aren't familiar with this format, the first part of this video is the traditional comment show that I used to do, where I answer the comments from the videos themselves, and then after that, the second part is answering chat. I appreciate you guys that are in chat and hanging out. So ask me your questions. Can I do a room tour? No, I'd prefer not. It's really messy and it's really ugly, and there's baby stuff everywhere. That's just how it goes. You can't really keep a clean house. I am a nutter. Thank you. Hi from Macedonia. Well, hi from North Carolina. Let's see. As far as like subscribers go, my subscriber count always goes up and down. I had somebody leave a comment saying that that ever since my channel got hacked like 5 years ago, I used to have 500,000 subscribers, and now it dropped way below that, and I had to regain it. That is not true. I have always had a positive growth each month as far as subscribers, but it goes up and down. I can tell you this much: YouTube is really cracking down on like fake accounts and bot accounts now. So about once a week I see a drop in like 500 subscribers, and I'm like, what just happened? Why are people fleeing my channel? But then they have a breakdown in the analytics, and it's due to closed accounts. So yeah, about once a week I see a huge drop in subscribers because of closed accounts. But on a daily basis, you know, I'll have like anywhere from 12 to 50 people unsubscribe, and then I'll have anywhere from 200 to 500 people subscribing. So it always balances out to the positive. So I've been growing, but I've been growing slowly, and a lot of you guys seem to really like the last video and the video format, and I'm really happy because that works well for my new schedule. Potatoes or potatoes, depending on how you all say it. There, I responded to you, Flashblade Gaming. Ha! Thank you, Medio Said. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Probably not at all, but I appreciate your support. Can you make a life-size robot that you can control from your phone? Yes, you can. Now, I will say this about that comment. I am hoping to eventually have larger projects. As of right now, my main goal is just to keep a consistent schedule and keep projects coming out as I promised. Like, I'm doing 3 videos a month. If I didn't mention that, that's what I'm doing, 3 videos a month. A promo video for the project that I'm making, then the actual build video, and then the comment show. So those, so I'm doing that each month, so it equals out to 1 project a month. As of right now, I'm doing kind of the smaller, more focused projects that I've been wanting to do for a while, but don't require as many resources. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can build up my projects and hopefully get to larger projects on down the road. My hope is to do some nice large-scale projects like a pinball machine using an LCD screen and different things like that. Can you make a project with PLC programming? I could, but I don't think that that's the correct fit for my viewers, for you guys, for the demographic. That is something that I'm familiar with doing. In previous jobs, I have dabbled around with PLC programming, which is generally to control larger manufacturing operations. But I don't think that, as of right now, that's a good fit for the audience. Your Ethernet cable video, which explains networking, helped a lot. Thanks. Oh, well, that's good. That video has gotten mixed reviews. The whole purpose of that video was to kind of show that Ethernet cables are just wires, and to show how you can use all those different wires for different purposes. And I mentioned, and this is the thing that has been the point of contention for most people, is I mentioned that Ethernet cables are becoming more and more obsolete. And I still agree with that. And I know I'm going to get hate for that. That's okay. But from my perspective, I've seen more and more fiber optic cables. Like, I know that Ethernet cables are used for gaming or used for data centers, but I am seeing more and more of them being replaced by direct fiber connections and fiber converters, and then from there even going straight to Wi-Fi, to gigabit Ethernet. And for most people, that's fine. There is this, you know, the gaming community and the communities that require faster internet, but for most people that's not the case. So as far as standard usage, household usage, I do see the decline. Can you answer the impossible equation? No, I cannot, because it's impossible. Hello, Brazil. Appreciate your support, and I appreciate you guys watching my subscriber count. I used to do that. I used to watch it go up and down, up and down. It's actually kind of fun, you know, it is what it is. I think that a lot of people are confused by the live streaming. Every time, I will say this, every time you make a change, no matter what it is, people are gonna either love it or hate it. And I know that longtime subscribers that are not familiar with the live stream interface probably don't like it, and I probably will lose some subscribers from that, but hopefully it's in the net positive. And that is what I saw last time, is that more people liked it than disliked it. So that's just how it is whenever you make a change, folks. You can ask Snapchat about them changing their interface. Every time Facebook makes a change to their interface, you know, you get a lot of hate, but you just got to hope that the changes are overall for the good. Appreciate you got the compliments about my hat. This is here, I'll take it off. This is a hat that I bought quite a while ago. I've had it for a long time, and I had it before I started the channel. I'm pretty sure about that. And then these goggles I got for my channel because I wanted to go for kind of like the steampunk look. Let's see. Yes, I am definitely bald. And you know what? I am okay with that. I came to terms with that 10 years ago. Not a big deal. My baby's bald. Hopefully it doesn't stay that way. Am I on Instagram? Yes, I am. Love your channel intro. What's the music? So I have a couple different music options that I alternate from videos. The one that I've used the longest that I get a lot of hate whenever I change it is called Drama Brooding, which is a very generic title. And where did I get it? I don't even know if the website that I purchased the license from is even available anymore. It had something to do with a dog, like sounddogs.com. Just search for Drama Brooding. And I did pay for the license for it because I really liked it. The other one I got from Envato. I don't remember what the Envato Audio Jungle. The names, they just keep popping in my head. Audiojungle.net, and I just searched for electro swing because I wanted to give it kind of a modern retro element. So because that's kind of my theme, is I kind of like the Art Deco design, the retro design, but I also like technology, so I like the balance of old and new. The Instagram link in the description is missing your name. Okay, thank you for the feedback. I will try to get that changed. Apologize for that. The name, I think, give me 1 second, folks. I think it's Instagram for the win, or Instagram Tinkernut for the win, or Tinkernut FTW. Let's see. Oh, popping up over the chat. Oh dear. Profile. Tinkernut_FTW. I'll put that in chat. That's my Instagram name. It is very hard to keep up with all these different social media accounts. I may start using if this then that more to link all of them. Okay, I'm going to close out of that now. Don't like rando notifications. Thank you for following me, though. Let me see here. What other questions do we have? Can you put your ideas here in chat? Yeah, you can, but you know, once I close out a chat, I probably won't remember it. Like, you can also go to tinkernut.com/ideas to submit ideas for different things. But yeah, I don't want you to post it and then it just be forgotten about. So I was just trying to think of better ways to post it so it'll actually be seen. Wow, Kevin Bowden, been subscribed since I only did programming videos. Yeah, my channel I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years, so it's taken a lot of different turns and dips. I'm very happy with where it's at right now. But yeah, whenever I started out, I didn't have a webcam. I didn't have a video camera. I just did screen recordings. So I did everything. It was mainly Windows tips. I just recorded the screen. And that's why I did a lot of programming videos, because I didn't have a way to shoot video any other way. It was just whatever I saw on my screen. And then when I got a video camera, it kind of expanded from there. But yeah, I really like art and I really like design. So that's why I ended up going the way I did with my channel as far as motion graphics and different things like that. Is I feel like that's a much better way of presenting, and I've always been focused on the presentation. I know that I screw that up sometimes, but it used to be that each year I would change design, just because I'd be like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if, I had the logo flying in from here and I incorporated this design and made it look like the Great Gatsby introduction. I just thought that would be very cool. Let's see. Rebane asks if there's any suggestions for his first hackathon. Man, I've often wondered that myself, what would be good, and I actually had a list of things that would be good for a hackathon, but I'll let the chat give you ideas, because right now it's just kind of evading me. How to make a custom email. I actually did a tutorial on that, so search my channel for how to make an email server. You'll find one. It's been a long time, so I can't tell you if it still works. Wireless microphones are very expensive. Can you make one with Arduino Micro? Yes, that is a very good idea. Although it may not be the best quality, but yeah, I really like that idea. Meet up at Maker Faire. So unfortunately, I don't get to travel as much as I would like. So if it is a Maker Faire, it'll be one within North Carolina. I know that that the big one here in my area is the Burlington Maker Faire, and I'm hoping to attend that. So if anybody is in this area, I think it's in April, you can Google it, but it's the Burlington Maker Faire, and I'll probably be there. So if any of you guys are in the area, you can stop by and say hi. I started when you were 11 years old. Yes, I am old. So I don't mind discussing my age. I got no problem with that. I am 37 right now. I actually started this when I was 27 years old. So back in my 20s, if you go back and view my older tutorials, I was much slimmer, much nicer looking. What happened? Age, it's a funny thing. Can you get internet without a router or data? I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by internet. If you want to access an internet, yes, you should be able to, because an internet is just a series of interconnected computers. So you could probably do that locally, just have a series of interconnected computers. If you want to access the internet, as in like the World Wide Web, then you have to have access to it, and there's very few gatekeepers, unfortunately, and so you have to generally go through an internet service provider. If you want to get around that, I know that there's ways, but I know that it's very complicated and very expensive, which is why you don't have many people making their own internet. Using ESP8266, yes. I'm going to do that because I think it is an awesome platform, and the ESP32 is an awesome platform, and I really want to use them because they can also operate. This is what I love about them. They can also operate with low power, so like a coin cell battery. I've seen where it can run for like a year, or maybe it's just like 2 or 3 months, but still, that's really impressive. Let's see, best YouTuber. You are the best commenter, thank you. Alright, Tech Modar Aryan, don't know why you keep saying hi over and over again, please stop. Where are you from, which country, what's your occupation? You're getting a little bit too personal, don't know why that's interesting or necessary to talk about. But you know what I will? I am from the United States. Country is the United States. My occupation is I work in the workforce. How about that? Let's see. Can you collaborate with me? Collaborations is not something that I can do as of yet. I just don't have the time. I apologize. I hope that doesn't break your heart, because I would like to do more collaborations, and I would like to promote other YouTube channels, especially the up-and-coming ones, because you guys are awesome. That's how I started out. I really want to give back, but I just don't have the time, and I really, really apologize for that. I think don't know if so. If you emailed me Arduino Guy projects, unfortunately, the Tinkernut email often goes unchecked. That's about all I can say. Sorry. But I will give you a shout out. Everybody go see the Arduino Guy projects and more, because you guys are awesome with what you do as far as projects. There's no better way to get started than just to do things and to look for people that inspire you and try to do things with them. And I'm honored, I am flattered for the request. I honestly am. But I barely have time to get out videos, and that's the sad truth of it. Is it possible to convert an RC radio into a radio station? I'm not exactly sure. It's a good question. I find radio waves, I find the spectrum of waves in general fascinating. I've done videos on them before, and I just find it fascinating. Just right now, right behind me, there's, you know, probably thousands of different varying waves just going through me, transmitting radio, transmitting television signal, transmitting internet data, wireless internet data. Just fascinating. And just to I did purchase a software-defined radio, and I would love to, you know, run experiments with that, just to be able to see and manipulate what is invisible around me. I just find that so interesting. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the comments. Did you keep the iPod that you installed Rockbox on? Yes, I have. I do have it. I actually keep a lot of my projects, except for the ones that I rip apart and repurpose. But I haven't used it in a while, unfortunately. So I'll have to pull it out and see if it still works. Because yeah, because some of my projects just stopped working. Not really sure why, and I haven't. I don't go back through all my projects and retest them out. Although some of the cooler ones, I'm like, oh, I remember when I did this. Oh, I still have that. Let me see if it still works. I turn it on. It's not working. Oh, that means I have to go back and fix it. Oh, I don't want to go back and fix it. That's generally how it goes. You should build an automated laser pointer. That's an interesting idea. What do you mean by automated? Like one that that you say, hey, point at that screen, and it points at that screen, like voice activated or something. There's a website that you want to automate. Just look into web scraping TechnoGecko. Look into Python has, I love Python, and Python runs great on a Raspberry Pi. But do Google searches for Python and web scraping, and maybe that'll get you pointed in the right direction. You point and it follows your finger. Interesting. Yeah, that I've often thought about doing things like that, like gesture controlled stuff, because most of that is done with an accelerometer, and accelerometers are, I do have several. So the thing that I was thinking about was making like a Minecraft, you know, I have a styrofoam Minecraft sword, and I was thinking it would be really cool to put an accelerometer in that, so whenever you swing the sword, it swings in the game. And if I could customize Minecraft enough, it would be awesome to do like a Fruit Ninja type thing where you swing the sword and, you know, you chop a pumpkin or watermelon or what have you. Let's see. OpenCV. I love OpenCV. Use OpenConnect. So that is something that is in my plans. I do have a Kinect device, and it's unfortunate that Microsoft is getting rid of Kinect devices. But yeah, that is in my plans to do something with that. Build it, Arduino guy. Do it. I'd love to see it. And send me the link to the video. Could you use a Makey board for the Minecraft thing? You probably could. But if you're going to do gesture controls, you need something like an accelerometer. I don't think Makey does gesture controls. Huh. That's interesting, Rainy. Thank you very much. Can you make a series for it? Make an automatic faucet. So that is an interesting idea. Don't know that I would be able to do it, and especially not make a series for it. I think I'm kind of done with the series. They didn't go over so well. I mean, some of them went over fine, but it was always the first video that people always watched, and then the other videos didn't really get any views. So, so I may not do series videos anymore. I may just do things that I can actually finish and get done. Can I customize Raspbian like Ubuntu? I'm not really sure. I haven't looked into that. Some encryption projects on the Raspberry Pi. I like that idea. Yeah, so I do a lot of Raspberry Pi projects, and some of them are actually public facing. So so I have, you know, done a little bit of research on how to make them more secure and make sure that they don't have as many open ports. But yeah, encryption, that's a really good idea. That's a good platform. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you. Noted. It is noted in my Tinker brain. Let's see. Raspberry Pi audio stream to YouTube project. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys this. Since you're in chat, you deserve a little tidbits. So I do have another video after my April Fool's Day video. And hopefully you guys don't build this before I do. But those of you that remember my YouTube streaming project, where I used a Raspberry Pi and a Raspbian cam to stream directly to YouTube, there are actually components out there online, somewhat expensive, that use the camera port on the Raspberry Pi. Instead of connecting to a camera, it connects to an HDMI input. So imagine the possibilities for that. Like, you could plug in your gaming console, you can plug in any type of video input and stream that. I think that would be cool. I think gaming is probably the better use case, but you could also, yeah, you could stream from any of your well, any device that supports HDMI, you can plug it into your Raspberry Pi and stream it and record it. I think that would be awesome. Neural network on the Raspberry Pi. Oh, neural networks. Thank you, Sriram, if that's how you pronounce your name. Make some projects on 3D printer with the Pi. Do you mean projects where I 3D print stuff for the Pi, or where I use the Pi to control a 3D printer? That Minecraft project, sure, go for it. Yeah, because although I'd love to do it, I don't have it slated for any time soon. Windows on Pi, is it possible? Well, they do have the Windows, what is it? Internet of Things edition, Windows IoT, that you can put on the Pi, but it's not like Windows interface. It's very basic, and it's intended just to control things with the Raspberry Pi, but don't expect a GUI. However, if for some reason you really did want to run Windows on a Raspberry Pi, You can't install it on the base architecture because it's an ARM architecture and Windows doesn't run on that yet. But you could emulate it. So you could, there's different emulators available. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you can Google it, emulators for the Raspberry Pi, and then you can install Windows on that emulator. What computer do you use? I actually have an Intel Nook, very powerful one, really like it. And I still use my MacBook that is now 6 years old. Got it in 2012, and it still runs pretty well. I would not buy another new MacBook, but for some reason, the year that I bought mine, it's been very good. It's lasted very good, it's lasted a long time. But you know, I've looked at the newer models of MacBook Pros, and to be honest, they're not much better than the one I got 6 years ago, which is pretty sad. And I don't like the newer models. I'm happy with the one that I bought, but I don't think I'd ever invest in another one. QEMU emulator, thank you very much. Can you install DOS on a Raspberry Pi? Yes, DOSBox, man. DOSBox, very simple. You can run all your old DOS games. I do that. Would you recommend a Mac Mini? If you're willing to pay for it and you really want a Mac, sure, go for it. They're not that powerful for what they are. The Intel Nooks are cheaper and more powerful, so if you're wanting to do gaming, I definitely recommend an Intel Nook over a Mac Mini. Ha ha ha! Daviksa, see what you did there. The trick is the that's just something Americans can't do well, which I think is like shh for most other language. The sh, or tr, trust. Yeah, the Hans Christian Ørsted. I don't know if that's close enough. 12-year-old Linux user, congratulations. The only Raspberry Pi is available in India is Latte Panda is not in India. Oh yeah, okay. Raspberry Pi is available in India, Latte Panda isn't. Yeah. So Latte Panda will run Windows. I do know that. Alright guys, I'm going to have to get off of here. I apologize, but thank you so much. This is a lot of fun. I use it, I like this time to get feedback from you guys and see what you guys are doing. But my time is up. Time for me to get back to work. Thank you all again. Sorry for the troubles with the live stream. I'll work on those later. All right, see you guys next time.